else to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bench.
You know, today we're doing something that I had no intentions of doing, but so many of you guys wanted to go ahead and see this, so I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna rate your guys' graffiti over on Instagram. There's something I actually saw my buddy YouFo do, so I guess I gotta assign you guys a number, like I gotta do a 1 through 10 scaling. Now I gotta admit, this is not gonna be easy because I wanna get through as many of you guys as possible just to kind of fit more of you guys into one video. And of course, there's gonna be some like objective fact and me explaining why I'm giving the number I'm giving, but there's also gonna be some opinion in here because, well, I just like looking at graffiti. Now we are gonna keep the 10 out of 10 as a most renowned position that almost nobody should be getting. So let's get started. Alright, so the first one comes from our good friend Zegy here. Here we go. So we got a nice Ukraine tribute piece here with the blue and the yellow. I'm gonna give this a good 8 out of 10. Look at these nice clean letter structures. Every single structure is built correctly. And you know me, I'm a sucker for those simpler styles. You gotta love it, man. Absolutely gotta love it. The one thing I will say is it kind of lacks a little bit of weight here on the right side. As you see, the P has a huge amount of weight here on the top left that the right side just doesn't have. Be sure to go and follow Zegy. I'll try to include as many of these people in the description down below. Joyce? Oh my lord, don't you make fun of me in the comments, man. Give me a second, I'm just laughing. Yo, I can get down with this hand style. A lot of people struggle with J's in their tags, and I'm loving the way he handled this. I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. Just the hand style alone is real crispy. Also, beautiful way in order to differentiate your I from your C, including that little verticality right here that the C just doesn't have, plus the tittle at the top helps define its structure as a definitive I. That's doing it for me, man. That's really doing it for me. Good 9 out of 10. Love it. This looks beautiful. I don't know what all the black is on the top. He's trying to hide some, his more suspicious activity, but this is looking real nice. I'll give that a good like 7 out of 10. Just because it is a work in progress, we're not seeing this thing at its maximum potential, right? He can do more to this, and I'm sure he's going to. But what I will say is if this is supposed to be an R, then this little centerpiece right there isn't really defined all that strong. As a result, that could just as easily be a K. The only thing that's saving it is there's no real word that's spelled Jetica. Like, that just doesn't exist. He kind of gets away with it here, but it is something that you definitely want to keep in mind. Oh, a little bit of a throw up. All right, I see you. I give this like a good 3 out of 10. If you get a low number, don't like take it too much to heart. There's always room for improvement, and we've all been there before. But when you're doing your throw up, try to, do I have a can by me? When you're doing your throw up, it really helps out a bunch for proportioning. If your letter reaches from arm's length to either shoulder, elbow, or full arm's length. So when you're doing your throw up, it'll be something along the lines of here's the way left side to either here's the way right side, or here's the way right side, or here's the way right side. And that'll apply to all of your letters, and that really helps with proportions. So let's take a little bit of a break for that for 1 second. I gotta tell you guys about today's sponsor, myself. Again, for the second time in a row. I made a lot of changes to the classes over on the website. You can find a link to it in the description down below, and be sure to use the coupon code FOUNDER for 20% off when you book your session. Stick around to the end of the video for more information on the class, because I changed quite a bit. Ooh, I'm liking this piece. Alright, so for the line work, that's gonna get like a 1 out of 10. But for the actual concept and the actual like letters themselves and how they look and the coloring, that's a good 7 out of 10 for sure. I'm loving that. George giving us some throw-ups, that's gonna be a good 3 or 2 out of 10. Not a bad attempt. I do recommend trying to keep all of your letters in a throw-up the same size. It's gonna help you a lot with letter name weight. And also practice shapes. Timmy's always got some real nice. Look at that. Look at that, dude. That's a good 8 or 9 out of 10. That looks really nice. I'm quite partial to that one. This one right here from Rent, not a bad attempt at all whatsoever. We're gonna give this a good 1 or 2 out of 10 just because a lot of the fundamentals are not correct. Things like letter structure not lining up, negative space management, letter name weight, all these things play an integral role to your graffiti. And it's important that we get those things down pat. Kitten Boob, I remember her from stream. Oh my god, holy crap. Wow, alright, that's a lot of lines. I'm not even mad at that. That looks really good. Look at the 3D cut-ins there. Hey, nice. I can get down with that. We're gonna give that like a good 7 out of 10. I'm really enjoying this one. I also like how this looks like brains inside there. I mean, I know that's not what they were going for, but like that's kind of what it reminds me of. It looks cool. My good friend Sanik, not bad. Doing a lot of experimenting with letter name weight here and uniformity. So I'd give this like a good 7 or 8 out of 10. This isn't bad at all. Oh, dude, I like this. And I gotta tilt my head for this, man. You gotta rotate your image for me, dude. But this is looking pretty nice. I like that a lot. We're gonna give that a solid 8.5 out of 10. I also like the fact that the character is off to the side, not really blocking the letter structure. You can still see the defined letter structure there. Here we got one from Steve. I hope I don't get demonetized from this one. I might not be able to include this. Here we got a pretty nice attempt at a throw up. We can tell that he's still learning his throw up, right? He's still kind of getting the feel for it. We can tell that by the pencil markings digging into the paper, as well as the kind of undefined letter structures that we're seeing here in the E. So as a result, we'd give this like a good 4 out of 10. Definitely on the right path to learning the throw up, but you might want to simplify it just a little bit more. And while we got a lot of submissions submissions, I can't get to them all. It's just impossible. So I think we're gonna end it here with this last one, and we're gonna give this one a good 3 out of 10. Just because they don't have all of the actual receding lines for the 3D developed, and as a result, they didn't develop all the negative space that comes along with that we would see here in the M, for example. They also lose a lot of depth by doing that, because lines can suggest depth, and they can show when one thing overlaps another, and they're losing out on all of that. And on top of that, some of the letter structure issues along with letter name weight issues, and that's why I chose the rating we chose here. But dudes, this was fun. Once again, if you guys got a low score, don't mind it too much. We've all been there, and there's plenty of things to learn, which actually leads me directly into the segue about the classes. So enough of you guys over the years have told me that you felt lost in graffiti. You didn't know how to improve, you felt stuck, you felt in a rut, and you've watched all the tutorials and you still don't know where to go. You don't know how to improve, and some of the techniques still give you some trouble. So I went ahead and built these classes for any of you guys who felt like you wanted a mentor but you couldn't have access to one. And to kind of summarize what it is we're doing here with these classes, during our session we'll kind of pin down what fundamentals are giving you the biggest trouble, and I'll walk you through the process of learning those things. During the class, we're going to critique whatever artwork you go ahead and submit, and these critiques are going to be live draw over critiques as well. We'll answer whatever questions you got as well, and by the end of the session, you'll leave knowing exactly what you can work on and how to work on it. That way you can continue to make progress long after you and I have had our session. And I'll also send you the full recorded session, that way you can reference back to it if you happen to forget anything that we talked about. And all the sessions there are going to be focused around your specific needs. I'm treating this as close to a thorough mentorship as you can possibly get. So for any of you guys who have wanted a mentor and you can't find one, this is for you. Alright, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Dudes, if you like this sort of thing and you want to see it again, let me know and I'll gladly do this again. And check it out, if you just stumbled across my channel, we got the best how to do graffiti tutorials right up here, and we got even more graffiti content right down here. But I gotta thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next week. Until then, peace.